In this video, we're going to go over the released EOG inactive questions numbers 1 through 5. The first question says the area of the surface of the Atlantic Ocean is approximately 31,830,000 square miles. How is the area written in scientific notation? They've given me some answer choices. So the first thing I'm going to do is rewrite my number. To write it in scientific notation, I can only have one number in front of the decimal. So if my decimal is back here, I need to move it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't stop here. That's 2 numbers in front of the decimal. If I go one more, that's 7 places, and I will have the number 3.183. As long as that number is between 1 and 10, which it is, then that is correct. It's always times 10, and it's the number that we moved it, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 places. Okay? It's a positive number because a positive 7 because the number I started with was greater than 1. So the answer for number 1 was D. Okay, for question number 2, it said, in which graph do all of the plotted points lie on the line x plus 2? Okay, well, first off, you need to remember that when we write it, I'm going to rewrite that over here, x plus 2, that there's like an imaginary 1 there. So my slope is 1, and my y-intercept is 2, because that's in the place of, remember, it's mx plus b. So m is my slope and b is my y-intercept. Slope means rise over run. So that means I'm going to go up 1 and over 1. It also means that my starting place needs to be at 2. So when I go to the y-axis, it needs to be at 2. I'm going to graph that on each picture. If there's not a point at 2, then that graph is incorrect. So we can go ahead and mark out A, because that doesn't have a y-intercept of 2. C does, we'll leave that. B does, we can leave that. D does not. There's not a point here, so those 2 are out. Now I need to find one that has a slope of positive 1, which is this one. I went up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1. B. This goes up 0 and over 2. This has a 0 slope. Okay? This equation is y equals 2, or y equals 0x plus 2. Okay? So this is not my answer, but B is. Alright. For question number 3, which choice is a correct equation for the line graph below? Just like on the last problem, I always like to start with my y-intercept. That's where the graph crosses the y-axis. So my y-intercept is 1. My slope is positive. I know that because from left to right, the graph is going up. It's going up. So I have positive slope. And now I'm going to calculate it. When I'm trying to find slope, I go from one corner to another. What I mean is a point right here, it's not going, right here it doesn't go through the edge. Here it does. And here it goes through a corner, and obviously at the y-intercept. Now I say, well, what do you have to do to get from point to point? Well, here I need to go up 3, 1, 2, 3. That's my rise. I need to go over 1 plus 1. So my slope is 3 over 1, which is 3. So I need an equation that has a slope of 3, it's y equals mx plus b, and a y-intercept of 1, which is A. Number 4, it said which function is nonlinear, and I'm going to slide that over so we have more space. Well, hopefully, remember, linear, we talked about a lot in this video, linear is y equals mx plus b. Well, here's my slope, that's my m, this is my b, so this one is definitely linear. I can go ahead and mark out B, that's not an answer choice. B looks really similar. If I add a plus 0 and my negative 1, that means that this is my slope and this is my y-intercept. So B is out because that's also linear. Okay? Now it's between A and C, and this is where it gets a little bit trickier. For C, you have to multiply 2x times x and 2x times negative 4. You have to distribute. Okay? Well, x times x is 2x squared. X times x is x squared. 2x minus 4 is negative 8x. So this is my new equation. After you distribute, that's my new equation. Well, there's a big problem because this is an exponent. Linear functions don't have exponents. So when it says which one is nonlinear, not linear, my answer is C. If you chose A, that was a close second. Let's see about Y. Probably because it was a giant fraction, but really what this means is, this is the same thing as saying 3x divided by 2 plus 1 divided by 2. Well, when you write it like that, you see that 3 over 2 is your slope, and 1/2 is your y-intercept, which means that this is also linear. That's why it can't be A. Okay, for the last one, there's two different strategies. If you wanted to get graph paper and graph each set of answer choices to see if it was a straight line, that's one strategy. I am an algebra-based person, so what I did was made a table for each one. So for the first one, I turned each of my coordinate points into a table. And I went ahead and noticed that all the answer choices for the x's were the same. 1, 2, 3. So I'm just going to go ahead and make my tables. Yeah. Alright. So this is going to represent the between A, B, A, and B. Okay, well for A, it went from 0, my y's were -2, -1, 2, and 7. This was 0, 1, 4, and 9. B was 0, 1, 8, and 27. And 0, 2, 4, and 6. Okay? Now remember, anytime we have a table, we need to find the difference. For this side, they're already done for all of them. It was +1. They're all the same, so they're all +1 each time. Okay? Which that makes it easier. On this side, it's a little bit different. From here, from -2 to -1, I said +1. Here, I went +3. And from 2 to 7, I said +5. For B, I said +1, 1 to 4 was +3, and from 4 to 9 was +5. So notice A and B were identical as far as the growth. Here I went +1, +7, and +19. The last one is +2, +2, +2. Okay? If they're asking which ones lie on the same line, that's another thing is which is linear. Which one's linear? Which one's going to make a straight line? To make a straight line, you have to have constant. Okay? Constant. It has to be doing the same thing on each side. Okay? So since all of them are adding by 1, I need a table that the same thing is happening each time on the other side. From here, you went from 1 to 3 to 5. That is not linear. That one's out. I'll use different color. A's out. From B, I went 1, 3, 5. That's out. 1, 7, 19. I am not adding the same number each time. That's out. For D, it's +2, +2, +2, and this side's +1, +1, +1. That is linear. So my answer is D. And that is it for this segment.